And this is part 4 of Lonnie Bee's Presents Street Tales, Pain and Prescription, Chapter 5. Now, where we left off at, there was 2 people in the parking lot of the school outside of the daycare center leaning back. Bitch, it's Stacy and Lachelle. Stacy asked Lachelle, bitch, you think she seen us? Lachelle replied, nah, she got in her car and drove off. So they set up. Stacy then replied, Denim dumb as shit. She don't memorize tags or nothing. We gotta teach her ass. Lachelle continued by saying, yeah, she gotta be a little street smart if she gonna be fucking my son. Stacy continued the conversation by saying, bitch, where the schedule at? Lachelle pull up the schedule and say, okay, we got about 2 more hours. Stacy then replied, what we gonna do until then? Lachelle says, bitch, listen to some music. You wanna take a shot? I got some Douce in the trunk. Stacy lit up like a Christmas tree. Hell yeah, bitch. So they in the car listening to Mary J. Blige's Share My World album while sipping Douce. They in there talking, having a good time, reminiscing, and the time is just a-ticking. It's now 11:20 p.m. Eastern Time. Stacy like, bitch, it's 11:20. Come on, let's go inside. Lachelle like, hold on, grab that scope out of the glove department and get my perfume and a stick of gum. They don't need to know our business. Stacy like, right, bitch. So after they get themselves together, they walk in the building and head to the main office. They get to the main office and they greeted by Miss Jackson. Miss Jackson asks Lachelle while she's standing in front of Stacy, hey, how can I help you? Lachelle replied, hey, I'm here to drop off lunch for my grandson, Kevon Kenneth Smith. She said, give me just a minute. I need to check the emergency contact list to see if your name is on it. What's your name again, man? Lachelle Smith. And I'm Stacy, said Stacy, the godmother. Lachelle looked back at Stacy while talking between her teeth. Are you drunk? Stacy replied, no, bitch. I feel good. Miss Jackson comes back and say, yes, you are on the list. You just go down this hall, make a right at that corner. Go down the next hall, make a left, and it's the second door on your right. Lachelle replies, okay, and they walk out of the main office. Stacy asks Lachelle, bitch, you remember all that? Lachelle says, we'll find our way. And they walking through the hallway. So after getting lost twice, they finally reached the daycare center, 215. That's the room now. So now they're standing in front of the daycare center door. Lachelle reached for the door, but Stacy smacks her hand down and say, wait, bitch, let's peek through the window and see how these bitches act. Lachelle replied, what, bitch? Stacy responded, bitch, the teachers. So they both is just stand through the window like cops on duty. Now, nothing seemed alarming. Everything's look regular. The kids are playing. Lil K over there playing with the blocks, and he looks real good and in good spirit. One of the teachers is sitting at her desk. The other teacher is at a table grabbing a tray of food, getting ready to serve the kids. Lachelle immediately looked at Stacy and said, bitch, this our cue. Let's go. Stacy immediately grabbed Lachelle by her arm. Wait, bitch, don't go in yet. Wait till they give them their food. With the tray in her hand, the teacher yells, lunchtime, everybody, get to your desk. They're looking in the window, Lachelle and Stacy. Stacy says, you see that, Shell? Shell says, what, Stacy? She says, everybody got their name on their bag. Lachelle replied, you know, they might do that because some of the kids might be allergic to certain foods. They might be vegetarians. They might be vegans. Stacy replied, oh, bitch, you might be right. You smart. So right when the teacher put Lil K's bag in front of him with his name on it, that's when Lachelle and Stacy opened the door. Lachelle speaks out, hey, how's everybody doing? Both teachers look up, hey, how you doing? Lachelle replied, we're fine. I'm Kevon's grandmother. The teacher that was sitting at the desk, she immediately gets up. She walks over to Lachelle and Stacy. She say, hey, nice to meet you. My name is Miss Thomas. And that's Miss Burry. She's the teacher's aide. Lachelle replied, and again, I'm Lachelle and this is Stacy. Stacy replied, I'm Lil K's godmother. Miss Thomas then proceeded by saying, I'm glad you guys stopped by, but how can we help you? Lachelle replied, oh, we just stopped past today to bring my grandson his favorite, a chicken nugget meal from McDonald's with an orange soda. She then passed it to Stacy. Stacy immediately took it and walked over to his desk. Miss Thomas replied, oh, that's nice. Lachelle then replied by saying, oh, yes, you know, we want to treat my grandson because he been so good at home, you know, doing what he's supposed to do. The teacher just shaking her head like, okay. Now, Lachelle is trying to keep the teacher's attention while Stacy is over there putting the chicken nugget meal down and getting the other meal that the teacher son gave him. Now, Stacy, she done did an even exchange. She done took that lunch bag and put it in her coat underneath her underarm and held it and covered her coat and walked back over there to Lachelle and Miss Thomas like nothing ain't happened. So now Stacy's standing up like blank man, and Lachelle is just having a full-fledged conversation with Miss Thomas. Lachelle continues, yeah, so we're trying to find out what happened to my grandson, why he's so sick. We're waiting on the test results to come back. We don't know what's going on. Any of these kids in here got germs, allergic reactions, anything like that we should worry about? Miss Thomas replied, oh no, one of our requirements is health records, and all these kids in here are in the clear. Lachelle said, oh, okay, that's a good thing. What about y'all health records? Thomas says, us, as in teachers? Lachelle said, yes. Miss Thomas said, oh no, we're good too. We can't do this job if we're not good. Then Stacy, with her arm up like this, she said, well, what about your criminal records? Miss Thomas laughed. Stacy said, hell, what about your criminal records? Miss Thomas replied, again, we couldn't have this job if we're not in the clear overall. Stacy then replied, I'm just asking, because you girls are a little young. You smoke weed? Miss Thomas just smiled and said, we're good overall. Is there anything else I can help you with? Lachelle says, we'll let you know. Y'all have a good day. And they walked out the classroom. So now Lachelle and Stacy are power walking down that hallway. They trying to hurry up and get to that parking lot so they can get in the car. Lachelle looked at Stacy and said, you got it. She said, I got it, bitch. Come on, let's go. So they finally get in the car. Stacy grabbed the bag from underneath her arm and out her coat. She opened the paper bag. She looked in the paper bag. She pulled out a sandwich. She pulled out some carrots. And she pulled out some applesauce. Now the sandwich is sealed up, but she opened it. And she grabbed the sandwich and she put the sandwich in her hand. She take the piece of bread and she take it off. She left the lettuce, she left the tomatoes, and she left the meat, and she left the cheese. Then she look at Lachelle. Then Lachelle look at her. Then Lachelle say, bitch, bite it. Stacy said, bitch, you bite it. So Stacy got to sniffing it. She said, it smell fresh. So Stacy put that shit back together and she put it beside her. Then she grabbed the curds, which was in a pack too. So she opened the pack. She looked at the curds. And then she started breaking the curds. And she started looking at the curds. And she said it just looked normal. She breaking it again. And it looks normal. Breaking it again. And it just looked normal. Then she grabbed the applesauce. Now the applesauce looked a little different. Because it was in a container that you can screw back. It wasn't sealed. So she unscrewed it. And she took the applesauce and dipped it in her hand. And when she looked at the applesauce, she said, bitch, look. So Lachelle looked, and it was like white shit floating around in the applesauce. Stacy like, what the fuck is this? Salt? Sugar? Lachelle like, bitch, that ain't no salt or no sugar. Put it back in the container. So she tried to put it back in the container. And it's taking her a minute to put it back in the container, but she got it all in there. I said, bitch, you got some baby wipes? Lachelle said, look in the glove department and get that hand sanitized too. So Stacy is wiping her hands off and stuff. She said, okay, come on, bitch, let's go to my job. Now, Stacy is a reception at the health laboratory. She just recently got this new job. And they do a lot of blood work, x-rays, examinations, and stuff like that, where she work at. So Stacy's about to take this shit to one of her Google girlfriends so her Google girlfriend can look at this shit and see if it's anything in any of this shit. Ooh, it was getting good, wasn't it, bitch? Yes, now listen up. Street Tales have officially moved to my membership club. Now, if you want to get all the chapters of Street Tales and the continuation of Street Tales, then you need to join my membership club today at www.patreon.com/Lonnie Bee's members only. Now, if you support me like you say you support me, then you need to join my membership club today, okay? For just $5 a month to get all of the continuations of Street Tales. Are you really a Street Tales supporter? This will show. You know, bitches don't fuck with you when they gotta support you for real. They only fuck with you when shit is free. Which bitch are you? Be a real bitch and join today. www.patreon.com/Lonnie Bee's members only. The Street Tales continue.